When you don't judge your clients, you can be open to so much more, and you can help in ways that you otherwise would not have been able to help when judgment and ego and pride clouds your decision making. If you want an attorney and a practice that starts every day and ends every day with God, that's going to take that into consideration with you to tell your story better than anyone else, well, that's us. I was up in Bartlesville for court, and as I was driving past one of the churches there, up on their billboard, and a sign that changed the way that I looked at my practice and looked at my clients forever. And the sign said, "Don't judge others just because their sins are different than yours." And that billboard that spoke to me that day helped shape my practice for the last decade. The way that we approach our cases and our clients, and about the place of God in this practice in our life. That changes how we represent our clients and how we look for successes, and most importantly, how we can even do this job every day. We deal with the ugliest, most violent types of sex cases and domestic assault and battery and violent crimes here. And we get calls from prospective clients regularly that have hired someone else that attorney does not have a relationship with God. And they don't feel comfortable with that individual. And so they ask for individuals to raise their hand. Are you a Christian? Do you believe in God? And we do. And when you come in and you ask us and you talk and we talk about it, we're not going to push it on you. Okay? We're going to make it open and available. You'll know that God has a presence here and in my work product. We're not going to force you to pray with us. If you want us to pray with you about your case, we'll do it. Gladly. Thank you for inviting us in and making that a part, but we're not going to push it on you. We're not going to force you to go to church or to think a certain way. When you don't judge your clients, you can be open to so much more, and you can help in ways that you otherwise would not have been able to help when judgment and ego and pride clouds your decision making. If you want an attorney and a practice that starts every day and ends every day with God, that's going to take that into consideration with you to tell your story better than anyone else, well, that's us. And we're not embarrassed, and we're not afraid, and we're not ashamed. And if you hear these words and you say, I don't want to go do business with those people, they should only be talking about the law and their defense strategies and how they're going to get me off of this case, I don't blame you. I thought the same thing myself when I was at Regent Bank at their shareholder meeting not too long ago. And Sean Copeland, the CEO, was up there talking about how God plays such a powerful, powerful role, and that their core mission is to tell others about God's love. And as I was hearing that, I was like, you need to be telling me about profit. That's what I want to hear. No, ring the cash register. That's why I became a shareholder here. But as I listened more, God spoke to me in a way that he hadn't before. He said that you need to tell the world, Lee, about your relationship with God and how it is a core part of your practice. Clients come in, they need peace so bad. And as a former field artillery officer, we pulled a chain on everything that we have. And that starts with God. That's my most powerful weapon in my arsenal, powerful tool that I have. And so we're going to start there. And all things will come from that. But again, if you don't like what you're hearing right now, I tell you to dwell upon it for a day or two. Pray upon it. Because I'll tell you, as I sat there, it didn't hit me like a ton of bricks as soon as I heard it. It was about an hour. If you've been charged or under investigation for something ugly, horrible, heinous, you might think that I'm the last person, a person that has a relationship with God that you'd want to go and tell that story to. Now, I'm probably the first. Because I'm not going to judge you. That is not my role. We guarantee a judgment-free zone here. I'm going to walk this path with you to get you from point A to point B, so the least amount of harm is done to you. The milk's already been spilt, if you like what you're hearing. and you want that in your defense, pick up the phone and let's have that conversation during our initial strategy session. You can unpack it all, you can ask me all the questions, and we could talk about our relationship if that's what you want to talk about. But I think really what you do want to talk about is how am I going to take my skills, my training, my experience in this one particular area that you need help desperately with right now and bring those forces to bear for you. But you want it done with somebody that thinks like you, has the same value system that you do. Then this is where you're going to start. So pick up the phone, call us today. Let's get that on the calendar.